And you're watching Lulay Oasis. And yes, mga KaLulers, this is supposed to be like a daily vlog, what I have said, but it, what's happening is that I try to just summarize what happened for a couple of days, kasi it's not that um, possible for me to do religiously for a daily vlog, and this is the reason why I tried to, but then we're not even halfway of February for our VLOGruary, so it's just okay. I might be able to, but we will see. Just to give you an update about what's been going on in our community, especially here in Bacoor City, we already started the vaccination for groups of 5 to 11 years old. So last Wednesday, February 9, my youngest son, Dino, who is 9 years old, already have had his first jab. So I can mention the name of the vaccine because I'm not sponsored, but just because this is the one that is available in our government. So it's Pfizer, and there were studies, although I haven't read it, but it's in the newspaper as per the headline that Pfizer is the safest among the 6 brands and companies of the vaccines available worldwide that is suitable for individuals below 18. So 5 to 11 years old here in Bacoor City, and in the other parts of Cavite, we have already started the vaccination for those age group. So he had his, and I know that with vaccines, it is individualized. It is how your body reacts. So with my son, he's been fine. He didn't have any chill, no fever, nothing, no headache. So his vaccination went well. And as a preparation, I would like to share with you, just prepare your kids if you agreed for that. To sleep at least 8 hours, and then not stress the kid and inform the teachers ahead of time, because you'll be able to receive the SMS on your mobile phones as advised by your LGU, local government units. And an hour before we leave the house, I gave him a dose of 500 milligrams of paracetamol tablet, and oral, of course, and tablet. And he has travel sickness, So he tends to vomit, nauseated when we are in motion, especially if we are in a closed car like the taxi and bus or SUVs. So he prefers to take a ride on a jeepney, and provided that he won't have anything to on his breakfast. So I make sure that I have the food with us. Since at that time food court is still closed, we left about like 7:30 in the morning, and SM Bacoor is just 10 minutes away from us, and I served him breakfast when we reached SM Bacoor, and it has been nice. I mean, although in the beginning it was like disorganized, but I think we only lasted for about less than 2 hours compared to Kimmy when we had his first job in the same mall in SM Bacoor. I'm not sponsored, and that's why it is fun for the kids, knowing that there are kids. They have freebies like cotton candies, loose bags. There were different sorts of photo booths where the kids could choose from where they wanted to have their pictures taken, and there were like giveaways of balloons and all those sorts of stuff. There were stickers, there were stamps on their hands as if they were like doing a good job on their school activities. So it is like taken lightly. So there were kids who were crying, but you'll just have to be honest with your kid that it will hurt a bit, but then once everything is done, the hurt will go away. And then a couple of days, there will be, or hours, there will be like discomfort. But try not to tell them that you will feel pain. You will just make it a bit lighter in such a way that you will describe it as discomfort instead of pain. So I'll be showing you bits and pieces of the videos where I had my first jab when it's completed with Kimmy, with Enzo, and then with Dino. And his second um, dose will be on March 2. So we'll be looking forward to that. But in the meantime, when we arrived, the next day there were announcements that teachers, parents, and if there will be students available, to have a meeting 2 hours after the last classes. It's pertaining to the um, limited face-to-face instead of an online class. So at first, I am hesitant because it was the days of the surge of the Omicron virus. So I don't feel comfortable. And the fact that the survey did not reach me, it went on addressed to the students. I would understand students would like to go back to school because it is really taking long and it's a bit boring for them. And their learning capacity tends to be limited because there's not enough interaction aside from the parents only. And it's a bit different when it comes to interacting with your parents. We have to admit it's more fun if they are going to be with their friends and their classmates with their age group. So days went by, there were quick changes, and then good news happened. Twice the Philippines have announced that there were like twofolds decrease of the cases. So it is doing quite well, and there is not much known cases of the new variant. So let's just cross our fingers and pray that this one would be over, because this is really, really a hassle to all of us in every way, in every aspect, and much over in every means. I mean, business wise, social, emotional, psychological. Um, things like these is not new, but this is taking very, very unusual that it has been like almost 3 years now. We are almost, I mean, this is February. So we are after February, there'll be May and June, and we're almost halfway of the year. And God, who knows, it'll be the third year of the start of the pandemic. We are just hoping that it will end up this year because 2022 is going to be a promising year, as what I have always said since January, since the end of December. It is going to be something, and I can feel it. It is going to be something to look forward to. So, with the face to face, limited face to face, yes, I do believe that it is as well the school's responsibility to provide such a learning opportunity for our kids. And when we were doing our lunch, when we were having our lunch, I discussed it with my three sons and I asked them because I know that I'm a parent, I know that I am the one in authority, but they're the one who's going to attend the classes. So I have to ask them whichever they're comfortable with. And all of them unanimously said that they're not ready at this time. And understandably, it's because they fear that from the friends and people that we have known who have encountered the virus itself, some went ill, very ill, some died. And I would understand that the fear is there and I cannot force them, even if I am the one with the legal age. I cannot force my kids to go to school if they're not ready. However, it is my responsibility to prepare them gradually by, like, since they're now allowed to go out. We are in alert 2 here in Cavite, and I think little by little I have to um, ask them to come with me one by one, not if not all of them, because I can actually leave them here. Um, the thing is, after the vaccination of Dino, we had a bit of a couple of minutes walk around the mall, and it's like he was overwhelmed, and he kept saying that this is the first time that I'm going out after the announcement of the pandemic, and this is the first time that I'm going out like this. So it is overwhelming, and it they need the support that we can offer, and preparing them emotionally, physically, and the more they verbalize, the more we have to entertain the questions because it is um, important for them to recognize the importance of going out and being in touch physically with their classmates, with their class, with the tables, with the school environment, because not everything are being taught at home, and likewise not everything are being taught in school. So it is a collaborative effort, and our kids cannot stay forever at home as well. So as parents, I do encourage, I'm not saying that you jump on and go whatever the school would say. It is still your prerogative, but as much as we can, it is our responsibility to prepare them gradually. Compared to other countries, but it's not always good to compare because this is our situation here in the Philippines. This is what we get, this is where we are. And we cannot always moan for whatever is not compared to the other countries. But if we try to see it in other countries, they did not even last for a year with their online class. They went gradually on the face-to-face school, attending school on face-to-face. So in the Philippines, I believe it is like more of the fear and the stigma of the what if. And understandably it is, since I experienced that our health system is not ready for these things, and our manpower is not ready to face such battle with a small compensation, and this is the reality. But um, we are almost at the end of the pandemic, and let's all look forward. Let's all continue to be safe. Let's all continue to stay with physical distancing. Let's all continue to be vigilant, and let's all be honest that everybody is afraid. Everybody's scared. I am scared. Everybody has their own fears, has their own reasons, and for whatever the reasons may be, um, I believe and I would suggest that talking to somebody, getting in touch with your old friends, stating out whatever it is that you feel will greatly lessen the burden. And it is um, it is the time for us to realize that we cannot always keep and stay indoors. We have somewhere, we have to begin, and somewhere, somehow, we have to start on something to normalize. We didn't, we did not, and we will not choose to live with a new normal because we know that this is not our world. So let us all continue to whatever it is, because there are um, lots of families who are hoping that this would end, because it is not easy for them. The struggle that they have, the struggle that they feel, the struggle that they face, it is not that easy for them to have someone. Before there were two people supporting, now it's only one, and that person have a lesser income now because companies are closing. Lucky if your company did not close. There are families who have their own struggles. They cannot sustain. They used to have two persons who financially support them. Now it's only one, and that single person has a lesser salary compared before. So I think the almost 2 years of living in the new normal is enough for us, and it will be based on what you see as evidence on the number of cases. And I am not saying that all of you go for it, but what I would like you all to know is that you should have your own personal disposition and reason. You should not be listening to other people saying. You should not be influenced but by what but by whatever social media is saying. Like with me, I am vocal to the teachers that this is how I feel about it, and it's just nice thing to know that the school acknowledges that fear. And it's not only me. So there were parents in our group chat who are hesitant to verbalize, and when I start saying, they would all like second the motion, or would agree with what I say. It's like understanding and giving your own reasons that this is how I stand. It's not like you're being anti, but you are just being realistic for whatever is applicable to you. Like for us here, it's not going to be just one snap, I'm going to let them go, because I'm the only one who will be with them. So I have to consider other things as well. Like if ever I get a job online, how would I do that? So there are options, and there will always be solutions. And attending to meetings between parents and teachers and the school administration is helpful in the sense that they will be able to see your situation, things that they are not familiar, things that they might overlook, and things that they were unable to identify that exist. And so that has been my week. It's been like on and off with some school activities, and I just feel blessed that it the teachers are easily and well accommodating, and their communication is open to all parents and students, and it is a great help that all of you communicate so that you go for mutual outcome. It's not only my benefit, it will also aim for their benefit, and then it will make them realize that, oh, such thing exists. So okay, we didn't tackle or we didn't talk about this, and good thing that you brought it up, instead of you keeping quiet and being stressed. The situation is already stressful enough for us to handle, much so the situation without the pandemic at home, domestics and everything. I do understand that, and I feel for you. So let us all pray that this will be gone soon, right? So for all of you who wants to let me discuss things, you can freely mention that in your comments on the comment box below. And if you haven't subscribed, I'm not forcing you to subscribe now, but you can also check on my other vlogs. And if you think that it's worth pressing that subscription button, well, then I'd be happy to, because, you know, life is so short, life is for living. And on Relatable Aces, you learn nonsense to useful things that you can apply on your daily lives. Thank you for watching.